Now I read about this dude. His name's Billy Waters. He was on Rogan.
Okay.
He's supposed to be like the best sports gambling ever.
Mm-hmm.
But his thing is tight. His life has been up and down. He went to prison a bit.
That's gambling, baby.
Yeah, literally up and down. Yeah.
That's gambling.
He has some wild ass quotes, dude. Like one time he lost his house, literally. Like he had a wife and a kid, and he had to come home and be like, "Yo, we got to move. We don't own this no more." And she was like, "Well, we got to pack the stuff, like the furniture up." And he was like, "Don't own that either."
Really?
Yeah. He's one of the great coolest dudes in the world, but he was such a piece of shit for a while because he's straight up gambling at it.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He
lost his house.
Oh yeah, but the guy didn't make him give him his house. He let him like payment plan him. So good guy for that guy, you know.
Wow.
Then this, to celebrate having $1 million in their bank account.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
The wife goes home. He plays blackjack. Comes home. She's like, "How'd it go?" And he's like, "I lost the whole $1 million, and then $300,000 on credit." Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
He's a for real addict. Like he didn't give a shit. Like he never said, "I lost it all." It always goes, "I lost it all and $200,000." Like he's always like, "Well, I got to get it back now."
It's crazy because like at what point like he's like, "All right, give me $300,000 credit," and they're like, "All right," and then after that he's finally like, "Well, all right."
Yeah.
I guess that's it for me.
So Cowboys learned his lesson today.
Yeah. All right. You're not going to get me again.
Yeah. You won't get me twice, sir. No, sir.
No,
this shit's wild, though. Like when he beat a roulette table, he paid dudes like an hourly job, paid those guys to go just bet on that roulette table over and over and over and over again. And somehow he found out what numbers would hit the most. And he went there and he took them for like $1 million.
Really?
And then once you get so good at sport betting, like the casino's like, "Nah, bro, you can't bet no more." So like no casinos let him bet.
Yeah.
So then he fucking pays people, which was another book I read. Well, I listened to. It was like a guy who had this job, but he pays people who all they do is they get cash from the bad guy. They'll go bet that, pretending it's their cash, and then they go give the money back to him. Like, and then they get a 10% cut of the money. Of like every bet they win.
Wow.
So he has a whole fucking operation. Like they got people overseas on those books. Like it's fucking nuts.
Wow.
And all you have to do, because he was on Rogan, and then I started listening to other books because I was like, well, now I got to see what's going on in this world.
That's the guy who wrote that book you mentioned earlier.
This is just Billy Waters. He wrote a book. He just wrote a book, yeah. And Billy Waters. That's like the goat. They say.
It sounds good.
It's probably better ones. I feel like you're better if you haven't been heard of, maybe though, because like what I've learned is it's all about like you can't let people know who you are if you're that good. He says he spends $5 million a year on research of bets.
What's the money going to?
It's fucking smart ass dudes running fucking computer programs about fucking everything.
He just bets on anything and everything.
Well, I think he kind of eased into sports betting, but when he was younger, yeah, any game at all.
Wow.
He used to talk about flipping quarters, and all you would do is flip the quarter, and whoever could get it closest to the wall would win. He would lose so much money on it, dude. The dude lived I don't know if it's a great life, but it's a fucking exciting life he lived.
He'd be like somebody'd be cool if I was like not even a friend, just someone who knew him well enough. I'd watch him from afar, but I don't want to be in that web ever.
No?
No.
I don't know. I've considered it. I've been up and down on it. Like, maybe I can do it, maybe I don't. Because like the rush it's basically a drug addict. You're just there for that rush and that hit. That's just like fucking right.
It'll never be enough.
But I don't gotta like him because he's like a hustler. He was making, they said, like $40,000 a week, and he started selling cars at a certain age. Then he bought a car sales lot. And he said he was making like $40,000 a week, and then he would lose it all. That guy's the man.
I mean, I guess his mindset sounds like he doesn't he would just forget about it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, you'd have to have that, like, fuck it. I can't imagine
Yeah,
being like a million in the hole though.
yeah, you got to be able to forget real quick because
His wife, dude, fucking trooper, didn't even leave him.
wow,
It was his third wife, but finally he found one that would stick with him.
wow, yeah, I bet it was hard being married to him.
Oh fuck yeah! Like she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, if I ever left the house, I would just handcuff him to like the rail and like just handcuff him so I knew he couldn't leave. You
Yeah,
could
he'd
never
find
say
that. He'd be betting the dude
never
out the
say
window who was walking.
yeah, you couldn't even let him like just do a simple errand run.
I mean,
'Cause
it's all like him say, but like he said, he bet $5,000 one time on which way a bird would fly off a wire.
oh my god. Yeah, you got an issue. You got an issue.
Oh yeah. It's a real problem. He had a
And
real
then
problem.
people he was hanging out with, they can't just be like, all right, I'll bet you $5,000 on that.
That was a bookie coming to collect, and he got him to double or nothing.
Did he win?
Yeah, he won it.
Wow.
He claims he was watching that bird do the same thing every day. So, I don't know, man.
That's when I feel like you're in a problem gambling. When you think that you've like figured out something, that's when you know like this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah, that's a great feeling though. If you get like 2 bets in a row, and all of a sudden you're like, I fucking got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You're like, oh my god, like I can't believe I just figured out how to win. Like,
Baby, pack up the kids. We out of here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, wow,
Daddy
I
gonna
can't.
take care of you.
Yeah.